There we go, election fascist majority. It is a black day for the United States, but, you know, the people have spoken. So the Silver Legion of America and our amazing William Dudley Pelley become the ruling party. And guess what? No more elections. This was your last free election, people. Enjoy it. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. I know I made you wait for this one, but it is finally here, and this is the best path for the USA while we wait for a future rework. Now what's awesome about this guide is that this can be both the best democratic path, the best fascist path, and the best absolute path. Because, as you know, the optimal path to fascism is always through democracy itself. If you want to find out how, you're in the right place. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. Don't forget to join our Discord to meet our amazing community. And then as always guys, if you enjoy the content I make, liking, subscribing and leaving a comment really helps. That said, let's get started. Quick note before we start, for this video I decided to record in the latest version of the open beta, which includes huge nerfs to basically everything, mostly tanks and SPGs. So if the beta goes live the way it is, then the guide is already nerf proof. And if it doesn't, well, then it should be even easier to follow it. As usual guys, all research and focus priorities are in the description, so they will not be covered in the edited version. And the dedicated spreadsheet covering all steps in detail is available to Tier 2 members in our shared Google Drive folder. Okay, now we can start. If you're watching the unedited version and you're wondering why we pick Noa Mayosa at the beginning of the run, is we need as much political power as possible, so we're trying to save on political power. We're not going to be behind in tax anyway. That's the same reason why we do not pick a focus at all at the beginning of the run. Now, the building priority is a bit of a mess, so I will do it all and then I will show it for the edited version. So, infras high capacity in techs. Then, infra land facility in Pennsylvania. Infras mills. Okay, now these are the ones to do one by one. Infras in Ohio, Nevada, Michigan. Okay, time to work on my geography skill. So infras in Ohio, Nevada, Michigan. Let's go. Then Tennessee, Minnesota, Oklahoma. Okay, so getting a bit harder. Tennessee, here. Minnesota, ooh, here. Yes, Oklahoma. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. All of them. I'm ready for the geography quiz. High school in the States. Okay. Then I also need to do it again for military bases though. So mills in the same ones, in the same order too, which means Ohio, Nevada, Michigan, Tennessee, Minnesota. It's not because I did it 1 billion times. No. And Oklahoma. Finally, going to build 2 naval bases in Guam. This could be tricky. Guam is here. Yes. Okay, that's all. Alright guys, our building priority here is a little complex, so you can check it from here. You can try to copy it precisely. And just a couple of notes, we're building a high capacity electrical grid in Texas, because it gives an insane amount of extra resources, especially oil. It's quite crazy. The land facility is pretty much free. You can also build it in Nevada, which has a dam, but I prefer it in Pennsylvania because there are a lot of supplies there. I mean, supplies are important for the special facility. And then we are prioritizing infrastructures and military factories in states which have decent resources and enough building slots. Finally, we are building 2 naval bases in Guam. Now, this is something you can skip if you do not have the No Compromise, No Surrender DLC. With the DLC, you will have access to the faction tab. I will cover the priorities for the faction in the description of the video, so they will not be mentioned too much in the video itself. And for example, we start with this one. If we build 2 naval bases in Guam, we'll get an extra 2% war support. War support is very important in this run. I will try to mention when the faction is particularly relevant. But as you know, changing faction rules is one of the main ways for us to interact with the world, justify claims, declare wars, and so on. So while No Compromise, No Surrender is not strictly mandatory for this run, it does help and make it a bit easier to follow. Now let's do the military production priority. Also, I will no longer mention building priorities in future from now on. After we are done with this, we're simply going to prioritize military factories in the best possible provinces. 100% one first, then 80% and 60% when we're out of building slots. Okay, here we want Art 1, Sub 4, and Inf all. And we don't want displays. Let's also do the naval production. Carriers at 3, rest at 1. Okay, so in terms of military production, this is our priority. We're going to add the train manufacturer to support equipment. And in terms of naval production, we assign 3 dockyards to the 2 carriers. Then everything else is at 1. We are going to adjust them in a little bit when we get 3 dockyards. And we're going to produce mainly light attack destroyers and light attack cruisers. But you start with a very strong navy. If you want to do something different in terms of the navy build, feel free to go for it. You can make a more carrier-oriented build. And also, I'll mention it in a bit, but and also feel free to do whatever you prefer with the naval engineering Also, feel free to do whatever you prefer with the naval engineering facility. I'm not going to use it much. I'm just going to get the support ships, but then I will simply not get anything else. If you want to... I don't think anything else is required, but if you prefer to make escort carriers or some meme... where is it? Or some meme super heavy battleships, go for it. Yeah, let me see one thing here. National Guard is the cheapest, but really by a small margin. I think we're going to use infantry. Though later on it might be a problem to use infantry. Now let's use the National Guard, okay. Okay, so in terms of our army, first of all, we're going to gather them and split them into 2 groups. With 1 marshal, I use on a fallback line in this area so they don't die of attrition. And we're going to shift train them all the way to regular. We're also going to make some changes though. First of all, I'm going to rename them after tier 4 members of the channel as usual. Dr. Hoops, you're going to get our infantry for this run. The National Guard, we're not going to use it, but we are going to set it as the Occupation 1. It's already the Occupation 1, actually. It is the cheapest that we have available. And we are going to use local autonomy. Cavalry and garrison are not needed. The Marine Brigade will be very important. Gator Cat, you get it this time. You get our Mars. They will carry us big time. Of course, they will change a lot before that. So what we're going to do is we're going to train the max amount of Marines at the very beginning. It's going to be 6. And then the max amount of infantry. It's going to be 25. And after doing that, we're going to change all of these divisions to regular infantry. We're going to gather and train to regular all of our planes too. As for the Navy, we're going to constant train the Navy. I like to gather them in here, so we can merge everybody here. Alright. And then we do not shift click, so we constant train the Navy. And it's a bit annoying, but it would be optimal to also assign all of these ships in production to the same fleet. So they will automatically go there and train. Yeah, hopefully I didn't miss anything. This doesn't really matter, but I am annoyed by the notifications. I will just put some random people there. Almost done. Finally, we're going to create an agency and then we're going for 3 upgrades. Doesn't matter which ones you choose. And then if you have no compromise, no surrender, in the description or in the unedited version, you can find the priority. I really hope I didn't miss anything, but it should be fine. Setup done. Let's go. Oh yes, we are going to fix trade. We're going to import. We need to import some chromium. No seducer. Okay, 3 dockyards. Time for our first design. Which one is cheaper? Let's see. E7. This one is 38, right? So for our first design, we're going to change this one into the usual light cruiser, but we want armor tier 3. So this is the final one. We go for escort shipbuilders. That's it. We're going to assign the first 10 dockyards to it. For the future ones, once we're done with the rest of the production. After that, we can already design it. From the basic destroyer, maybe I have it. We're going to make this one. Oh, wait a second. Made a small mistake here. Okay. Forget about this. Let me do that again. Alright, so now that we got 3 dockyards, we're going to start making some convoys. We're going to assign the next 2 dockyards to them. After that, we're going to use a couple of designs. First of all, this one, which I designed changing one of the existing ones. Choose the cheapest one. It should be 21 Navy experience. And we're going to assign 10 dockyards to it, future ones. And then design from scratch from a basic destroyer. We're going to use this light attack oriented destroyer. And the next. And assign 9 future dockyards to it. You can even give them more depending on the situation. I usually make a couple of support and repair ships too for the main fleet. Okay. Don't forget to assign the scientist. And around this time, you should be able to pick the first advisor. We're going for the financial expert. Minus 15% consumer good factories factor as the United States is insane. As I mentioned, feel free to do something different here if you want to. Hasn't changed that much. Slightly more optimal. And that should be 3 with it. Right, now we go for the... Alright, next we go for the silent... Let me do it here. Alright, next we go for the silent workhorse. Political power will be very important for the early stages of this run. So we need as much as possible. Test. Almost election time here. It's November. There we go. Election of 1936. Now the first step to becoming fascist is to vote Republican. So pick this one. The Democratic Party will now be called Republican Party. What's better than that? It's the same one. They are tricking you. It's the same party. Either way, vote Republican. Now we can finally... And now we can finally pick our first focus. This one. Then we're... Well, let me also make a save. You never know. Then we're going to pick the Army Morale Expert. If you get, from now on you may get building requests. If you get them, prioritize building where the request is. It might be to build a military factory. It might be to build a military factory or a civilian factory in any state. Do that. I recently, maybe it's the open beta, but I don't get those requests. So we're going to assume you don't get any, which is the worst case scenario. And for that, we're going to pick medium lobbying effort right away. And then we're going to pick small lobbying effort on cooldown. So you need to keep an eye here. As soon as this is done, you start picking small lobbying efforts on cooldown until I tell you otherwise. The other thing we're going to do now is we're going to deploy as soon as possible our Marines. They should be elite, so they get the equipment first. We assign them to a different marshal in the same area, and we want to constant train these Marines. No shift click, constant train them. Let's go.
Attention!
Now, when we complete this focus, the next one has to be the Adjusted Compensation Act. However, you might not have enough senator support. In this case, we don't have the required support. We might need to wait for 15 days until this one is done. It's okay, it's only 5 days lost since you can store up to 10 days. It should be no big deal. There we go. And now we can pick it. Keep picking small lobbying effort even after it. Now, the next very important priority is to pick Relief of Command. Right now, the timing is closer, so pick it as soon as possible. Then we will send Douglas MacArthur to the Philippines. This means we lose our army morale. This means we lose our advisor, which is great because we get back 100 political power. But now, thanks to Relief of Command, we only need 50 political power to assign the next one. We're going to do this trick twice, as we're going to assign Eisenhower, and later on he will also be sent to the Philippines. We will also get, and once again we will get back 100 political power. At this point we can also cancel our chromium exports, as our carriers are almost done. And this part of the run is quite flat. You just need to be careful not to forget about this one and constantly pick it. It's time for Satan. But more importantly, on America First, it's time for the key advisor for this run. Where is it? We need the fascist demagogue. We need him now. We cannot delay it any further, because by picking this advisor right now, the fascist support will slowly grow, and by the next election, which is in November 1940, fascists will have the majority. So they will simply win the election, and we will peacefully turn fascist without any civil war, without any issues. And there we go, we can send Eisenhower to the Philippines as well, so we get another 100 political power back. We're going to use it right away to pick Army Drill. Another 50 political power net gain. Okay, at this point we're also almost capping our Navy experience. That's not cool, so we're going to use some. Going to pick Torpedo Primacy here. That allows us to switch to Night Fighting, which is pretty good. Then we're going to pick Naval Reform for some extra Mastery, and we can actually get Mastery, which is insane. I'm also going to pick this one here. And then we go for Massed Carrier Fleet. And we go for Wolf Packs. We want to deploy these divisions as soon as possible.
Orders.
Keep training them. Train them. We should now be fine in terms of support, so we are going to stop small lobbing effort. Are we though? Yes, because these ones don't require that. This one does though. I'm not so sure. Risky. Wait a second. No, let's not stop it right now. Let's do it a bit later. No, yes, I know why I was doing. Okay, yes, let's do it now. Wait a second. Okay, no, never mind. We'll do it once more. Annoying. Okay, here we're going to pick refuse to scrap. And then do nothing. Finally, when we get this event, it might be a little bit later, we're going for demand compensation. At the same time, we also want to start improving relations with Japan. The idea is to send them an attaché. That's perfect. So the political power we get from that is usually enough to send the attaché. Just need a bit more opinion of us. There we go. So we can send the attaché and stop improving relations to save political power. Perfect. Now, more or less around this time, again, there is a little bit of RNG as to when you should get to around 60 army experience. That's very important. And here is a part of the run where having the new DLC... No, it's not the new DLC, actually. We're having the... wait, what was it? We're having the Arms Against Tyranny DLC can make a difference, because we're going to rely a lot on Special Forces, and having Special Forces doctrines will help significantly. But it's not strictly necessary. So if you have the DLC... go for Elite Special Forces, and then we're going to go for Expeditionary Units. And then, by getting those two, you should be able to recruit a lot more of our Mars. Well, and by doing that, you should be able to recruit a few more Mars. We're going to deploy them as soon as possible. Later on, of course, we're going to edit this template. If you don't have the DLC, your Special Forces cap is likely to be smaller. So all you need to do is, instead of just using Marines, you can do the same thing with some Marines and Infantry battalions. So simply swap Marines with Infantry battalions, use as many Marines as possible, but the template will still work fine. Not as optimal, but it's fine. Now, at this time, we can also stop picking small lobbying effort. We should have the support we need, at least for the time being. So at 100 political power, we can afford to pick the Night Operations Expert. And now, over time, so I will not constantly be mentioning it, our goal is to recruit a total of 26 Mars. So right now we have 6, which means we need 20 of them, or 24 if you do not have the Thunder at Our Gates DLC. With the logistic focus HQ support company, we can make the general have 26 divisions. So we go for 26. If you don't, go for 24. It's the same. And we also want a total of 96 infantry divisions. That means a total of 4 armies, so we still lack 2 armies. These ones we can bring them to 23, so it will be another army, and then we can start recruiting another 24, and then we are done. Yeah, not yet, but eventually we'll get there. You sure that the production is correct? Yeah, it's correct. Okay. Now we're going to make another change to our fleet in the sense that now they are trained enough, we got enough Navy experience, we're going to swap them on convoy raiding. Now it turns out, maybe I shouldn't say this. Yeah, just do it. Just trust me. Let's not let Paradox know. So, yeah, this doesn't matter. So for now, the priority is to constantly deploy and train the divisions as soon as we get them. And now we can also pick something new here. Okay, so if you're looking at the faction, now we want to pick Appoint A Spy Master. And then we're going to do that immediately. So we're going to get the point. Where the fuck is it? Then we're going to do that immediately. Become Spy Master. That gives us the point back. Then we're going to pick Launch a Preemptive Strike on a Fascist country. This is quite important because that 5% extra war support will help us a lot. We're also going to change a couple more things here in the rules. No, but you can find that in the description. But for the unedited version, here we want install puppets. Here. Then we can get the intel advisors. 2, 3. So that's a lot of spies for us. Okay, that's good. That is good.
Attention!
Annoying.
All in. Ready to move.
Damn it. One Senator Willock. Yeah, I knew it. Going to be a little bit annoying here. That's 30 days. 30 days is a bit too much. Nah. Yeah, we're going to use the emergency thing here. If you're very unlucky with RNG, you might not have enough senators. We lack 1 senator. You can see how many representatives we got, but unfortunately Paradox loves to put RNG everywhere, so there is a little bit here. So in case you get the worst possible RNG, go for a special measures to get the required things to continue with the focuses. It's not ideal, it's not optimal, but what can we do? It's gonna be fine in the end.
Ready to move.
Okay, 9, so we need 13. No, 14. That was 15 we need. 15, and we also need more Mars. Okay, we can now also pick the branch independence. We can now also pick the branch independent spirit. Yeah, now I get. It's not senators anyway. We're a bit short on senators. We have been extremely unlucky with senators. I guess worst case scenario we can pick this one. Really not ideal, but...
Listen up.
I'm also not going to use military engineering vehicles in this run, so this is also free. I'm not going to use anything. By the way, if you have a special facility and you don't use it at all, you still get some technology research bonus, so that's not useless. But I don't think we need a super heavy howitzer. I'm not going to use military engineering vehicles because I'm using pioneers. Up to you if you want something else. My freaking guns. No, this is very bad. Okay, we're getting terrible RNG in terms of the support here. This can be a problem because soon we are going to need to pick intervention in the Americas, which is fine. Then reaffirm Monroe Doctrine. Then we need support to get a war goal on Venezuela. Because of that, so if you see the Senate support, especially you can see the imbalance here. Senate is terrible, House is great. That means very unlucky RNG. I'm going to start picking small lobbying effort again because we need more senator support. If you didn't get this bad RNG, you would do it a bit later. As soon as we get the basic medium tank though, we have all of the required technologies to design the new tanks. Now, this is in the open beta patch and tanks have been massively nerfed. So we have a post-nerf design that I want to share with you. And it is this one here. So this is an infantry tank. We're not going to make motorized divisions. We're going to use them together with our marines or infantry if you don't have marines. That means speed is not an issue, but you already know all of these. The design is very similar to before. Now the biggest nerfs are now going artillery compared to a medium tank only gives you 10% soft attack. So the amount of extra soft attack is small, but still worth it with doctrines later on. The other big nerf is the nerf to turrets, regardless of whether you make it a tank or an SPG. So as you can see, adding another heavy machine gun will give us only marginally more soft attack, but it increases the production cost by 1. So in my opinion, it's not worth it over a regular machine gun. And we're also going to use a sloped armor because the last module here is pretty much free, and as Chrysler we get a lot of reliability, so we don't need extra reliability. On the other hand, we have a lot of armor, which is going to be beneficial. So this is our post-nerf open beta design. If in the live version of the game you're playing, this is not the case, you don't have this nerf to soft attack here, feel free to use more turrets or the usual designs. Let's make it auto upgrade. We want to start designing it, we want to start producing it right away. But we're also going to design... Why do I have 2 of these guys? There. I think it was cheaper to make... Well, this one should be cheap. But we're also going to design our flame tank. Nothing changed there. So here we go. And we're going to design an armored recon tank. You're quite free here with the design. I like to add some hard attack and piercing, so this should be the most beneficial. We're also going for the best possible radio. And a couple of machine guns. Did I save it? I think I saved it, no? No. No. Okay. Of course, we don't need engine, though. We also don't particularly need armor. Let's leave it like this. I wrote 7 army experience, though, so it's not this one. What about the other one? Let's see. Was it the other one? Shouldn't be. This one is 14. So. Isn't it cheaper to make it from 0 then? 1 second. Probably it is. Yes, now this is the correct one. Yes. Okay, we can also design from scratch an armored recon tank like this one. The modules are pretty much free, but I like to add some hard attack and piercing to it. Now we're going to adjust the production a little bit. So, let's see. Train 1. Okay. Then. Armored... flame... no. Armored recon, flame tank, truck, artillery at 2. Artillery at 2. Sub 4 in 15. SPG all. Okay, so here is our new production priority, adjusted to produce SPGs and the new equipment types. So need to adjust trade a bit. Is my attaché doing something in Japan? I have the feeling like I'm not getting the army experience I should be getting here. So then over time, we're going to adjust our Mars. We don't have the army experience yet. We're going to make quite a few changes here, but mainly we want to add the SPGs. This is the same whether you have special forces doctrines or not. So we're going to add 4 SPGs. And then we're going to add... Then later on, we're going to add more support companies, but I don't have the army experience. We're also going to pick our favorite tactic here, and we're going to use our huge amount of spies to spy on Venezuela, because I decided to make this run as the United States extremely historical, just not 1938 history. So Venezuela is going to have some fun soon. I mean, there are these narcos, you know, we cannot allow that. Probably need another small lobbying effort because our support is terrible.
Listen up. Ready, sir. Listen up.
Yeah, but we're doing pretty good.
Attention. Ready, sir.
All good. By the way, we don't have the army experience yet, but let me show you the final support companies we want in here. And to these ones, we are later on going to add logistics. So over time, try to add this as you get the army experience. Hopefully the Japanese start doing something. So easy to forget about this one. Okay, but representative I can afford. It's the fucking Senate that is in terrible shape. That's a problem because I am the Senate. Not yet. Okay, now we can fix them. Hey, we have relief of command. I don't know where the freaking hell is our army experience going. Okay, so now that we're done with these, next we're going to start picking some doctrines. We're going for Grand Assault, followed by Self-Propelled Support and Streamlined Deployment. And then for the Air Doctrine, we want to change to Battlefield Support, Airspace Dominance, and Pinpoint Strikes. Oh, so this is the building request I was talking about. Now they are very rare, apparently. So they want us to build an infrastructure in Florida. Of course, when you get them, they're quite convenient. Let's go to Florida, build an infrastructure, make it a priority. It's going to be faster, it's even useful, and it saves a lot of effort to keep the Senate under control. In this case, though, since it's going quite bad, we're going to do another small lobbying effort, just in case. We should be fine now, but just in case. Okay, now this one means we can recruit a lot more Marines. That's fantastic. We need 7 more to get to 26. So if you were not extremely unlucky, you would start only now picking small lobbying effort again, but you would normally have a lot more Senate support. And this time it's time to plan a naval invasion of Venezuela, and we're not going to do it with our Marines, because they are not ready, they are still training and so on, but we have these perfectly fine armies that can get the job done. So we're going to select one of them, and perfectly on time. Again, if you don't have Special Forces Doctrines, it's slightly harder. We got 1 extra naval invasion plan capacity and another 2 divisions per naval invasion, which means we can send 3 groups of 8. They are going to massively help. So we're going to send them from Puerto Rico to Caracas.
Attention.
To this area here.
Attention. Yes, sir.
And to this area here. And if we do it correctly, we should be able to capitulate Venezuela pretty fast. Yes, now let's give them our best general here, either Bradley or Patton. Make sure that they have demotorization priority active as well.
Ready,
and let's assign a marshal. No, we don't have a marshal, never mind. Okay. Finally, we'll need to send our navy to get some dominance in the region. Not that it is particularly difficult. And we're also going to assign all planes to this army, just in case for some support. Okay, now we should be good. Look at the house support. Now that's some support, so we don't need small lobbying effort anymore for the time being. Finally, the infrastructure in Florida really helped in this case. Now, as soon as this one is done, we get some new decisions down. Need to give it a second down here. There we go. So we can get a war goal on any South American country that does not share our ideology. And we do it specifically on Venezuela. Now, let me be clear about it. Now, let me mention a couple of things here. You could be invading other countries in South America. Fascist ones are better if you have no compromise, no surrender, because we now have this focus, or because we now have this goal, which will give us 5% war support if we attack a fascist country. I'm only going to do it on Venezuela and not on the other ones, while after Venezuela, technically, while you wait for World War II, you can keep conquering South America, at least for a bit. Then countries will start joining either the Axis or the Allies. I'm not going to do it because that's not particularly useful for us. And if you want to take South America, it would be much better to tag all of these countries during World War II while you fight the Allies, and then later on while you fight the Soviet Union for the other ones. So it's not particularly convenient to invade it now. Either way, for the purpose of this guide, we're going to enforce the Monroe Doctrine against Venezuela. Oh, by the way, why Venezuela and not other fascist countries here? You could go Santo Domingo, you could go for the Dominican Republic, you could go for, I don't know, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Honduras. But Venezuela makes sense. I mean, it makes sense, come on. So, Venezuela it is. Takes 35 days, then we get our... Takes 35 days, then we get our war goal. You also need to remove the limitation on declaring war from the faction rules, or you cannot attack Venezuela. But that's only if you have the DLC. If you don't have the DLC, I believe you can attack Venezuela. I don't know. I didn't have time to test it. Let me know in the comments. If you cannot attack Venezuela, don't worry, guys. It's still fine. We'll talk about World War II and how to join World War II. There are several ways to do it. There are several ways of joining World War II. This is more optimal because it will allow us to get rid of undisturbed isolation, but if you cannot do it, it's still fine. Oh god damn it, it's insane. Okay, we got our claim, so we can declare war on Venezuela. Okay, boys, so war on Venezuela. We need to call the Philippines right away, otherwise this will not activate. Now this does activate. And as it activates, we can pick radio propaganda and finally get out of undisturbed isolation, which is the main reason why we are doing all of this. And it's huge. Partial mob, it's 25% less consumer good factories, which we can now use right away to build more stuff. Why not? Then we keep going for small lobbying effort, even though the support seems amazing, because later on we will need to pick Selective Training Act, which requires support. Then we trigger our invasion immediately and we change the fleet to naval invasion support. And let's not forget to deploy these guys so they can keep training. And Venezuela should be easy. But let's see. They defend a lot, like here you can use a force attack just in case. And then try to rush this victory point, which is usually the most annoying one to get quickly. That's also big Grand Assault.
Ready. Attention.
We can support China.
Ready to move.
It's good here. We should be done with Venezuela. Perfect. Because democratic puppets suck, we're actually going to annex Venezuela. And that's it. We can bring back our boys and we can set the fleet back on convoy raiding in here.
Attention.
Let's make a save because yeah, we never know, I guess. Let's pick these ones first. And then for fun, let's see if, yeah, I have that wrong one. Install puppets. Get rid of this stuff. Nice. Save. Okay, let's go.
Yes, sir.
We're a bit unlucky because the midterm election is now and it fucks up all of my support. All of my insane support. Right, one focus before the one we need. We can now also pick the superior firepower expert. It's time poorly. Yeah, we lose all of the support because of these. Oh my god. That's pretty bad. Okay, we need to get back the support as fast as possible somehow. So special measures. 20 days. Yeah, it's not going to be enough though to get this one. Because I need 40, 50 more representatives. That's impossible to get. How do we get 50 representatives? Why does it destroy my house support, that stupid event, which I never got? We should do a mediums lobbying effort, maybe. It's so shitty, oh my god. We don't really have an alternative, though. The alternative would be to swap them, but it's annoying because it should not be the case. Motherfuckers, insane. It's insane, this thing. Now, we have insanely good support. The problem here is that in November we have the midterm election and that will mess up for some reason our house support entirely. So that's a bit of a problem and I need to figure out how to fix it now. it's very unlucky RNG. We have been very, very unlucky in terms of RNG for the entire run. Unfortunately, there is not that much we can do about it. We need this focus and we need it fast. So, we have 70 days. We have maximum support. We need to get extra support right after the election, midterm election. So this one should be good. Let's go for a medium lobbying effort in this case and see if it helps. If we are not too unlucky, we should be getting it right after the midterm election. And hopefully it will boost enough the support that with special measures we can get it done. The timing is right. Okay, this time we didn't lose entirely the house support. This thing is so incredibly bugged, but okay. Yeah, okay, now we're fine. I guess save scamming a bit at this point might be required. Hopefully not. But yeah, now we have the full support that we need. Okay, trying to mess me up. It's insane. It's such a dumb mechanic. It's okay though, boys. It's okay. We're getting it done. I just need it one last time. This is the last focus. Then we don't care about support anymore. Ever again. So, that's good. So now we can stop all of the lobbying efforts forever. Forget about it. In fact, we can lower the support even more by picking amend the budget and research grants. These are actually huge for the United States. It's totally good. Also, at this point, we're going to recruit another 24 infantry divisions. This means we'll have a marshal with 5 full armies and one with all of our marines, which are getting trained. Sadly, we'll add a lot of stuff to these marines a bit later, so they will not be that trained soon. Yes, Guangdong, yes. But actually, no. No. Play these guys as soon as possible. The lack of manpower will be fixed soon, so don't worry about it. Okay, we can now pick the commando expert. Finally, we get manpower. Infantry expert.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all divisions are ready. Very nice. Ah, but Shanks is annoying. Why not? SPGs, definitely. Okay, now when we... Okay, next, when you get 3 dockyards, I would recommend making a repair ship with 1, support ship with 1, assign them to the main fleet. And then all of the future ones will go to convoys. We actually need a lot of convoys as the United States, so making more convoys is beneficial. Did I do after that? Expand free. Okay, free. Good. That's nice. And now we're going to pick the close air support expert. Now we have no planes, absolutely no planes, but I promise you we'll get planes soon. Oh, Eisenhower is back, and he's hopefully very good. Let's see what he learned. So he's an organizer. He probably got the logistic wizard trait if we promote him to become a marshal, which we're going to do. So let's promote Eisenhower, let's set him here, and if he has the logistic wizard, yes, my favorite trait. Actually, this is the wrong army for him though. We want him with the Marines, so swap him.
Orders.
Very, very good Marshal. Now, low on defense, but logistics and attack are very good. Worth the experience in the Philippines. Oh, you're none. It's time for you to be annoying. Okay. At least we only need to do this one for them, which is quite nice. Okay, now this is a very important focus for us, not so much because of the extra branch, but because of the Special Forces Capacity Multiplier. Because it means we can finally start adjusting our Marines and bring them to a more logical width, even though, like this, they're still very, very strong. However, that's not their final form yet. Now, their final form will be this, but we don't have the Special Forces Cap yet, so for now we're not going to assign the last two. You should be able to do 32 with. You can add the logistics here, and you can add a lot of infantry guns here. Now, after doing that, let's see, but we should be able to add the last two Marines, because this also counts as deployed manpower, so it increases the Special Forces Cap. So now we have the final version of our insane Marines. Insane Marines. Let's save it and let's be very happy with it. Now there is one more thing that we're going to do at this point. If you have the army HQ, so if you have Thunder Tower Gates, we're going to make a couple of changes here. We're going to remove Naval Liaison and we're going to replace it with Special Operations Coordination. And then especially we're going to add Logistics, Service and stuff. But I don't have enough army experience for that yet, so as soon as possible. Okay, it's good now. We can... Okay, now we can do it. Logistics is very important. Let me show you why. Because now if we add our best general here, which again I think it's going to be Bradley, and we deploy the army HQ, once deployed and equipped, the cap will be 26. So we can use all of our mountaineers. All of our marines. In all of this, World War II is approaching. We don't want to miss the timing. It's very important that we guarantee the independence of Poland right now. Now, I can already tell that something got a bit messed up in this run because Lithuania is also guaranteeing Poland. It's alright though, it's going to be fine. As long as Germany doesn't do weird stuff, it's fine. So we want to guarantee Poland because that's the easiest way for us to join World War II. There are several ways to join World War II. First of all, if you have access to faction rules, you can change the rules, or better, you can add a new rule to be able to justify war goals with minus 40% required tension. By default is 100% for democracies. With this, but with this rule we can justify at 60%, which is usually after Germany attacks Denmark and Norway, or around that time. So that's one option. You can join by justifying on Germany and attacking them. If you don't have the DLC and you don't have any options to change the rules, you can also join the Allies when war tension gets to 100%, which should be the case at some point in World War II, after Germany capitulates France, most likely, but more or less around that time. So there are many ways to join World War II. The reason this is my favorite one is that, first of all, we join the earliest, so we can already harass them with our navy, start killing some of their planes. We have time to plan an invasion. We can protect France and prevent Germany from capitulating France, which means when we attack France, it will be easier to cap them because they never capitulated before. And finally, by doing this, last but not least, by doing this, we will be in a defensive war, which means it will be much easier to capitulate Germany, and we will have higher war support and stability. So this is a great strategy when you can use it.
Ready, sir.
Okay, so now that we guaranteed Poland, we're also going to call back Douglas MacArthur. He's also a good marshal, so he will cover the other army. Look at him, he's actually amazing. So the only reason why I prefer Eisenhower is Logistic Wizard, but this is also a fantastic marshal.
Ready, sir.
We can finish our setup in terms of our armies, especially make sure that they have the highest motorization priority. Now, the generals you put here are not particularly important, but we actually have some good ones.
Ready. Yes, sir. All in.
I don't usually field all of the army HQs. I prefer to keep some command power for special forces abilities. That's up to you, though. Now, at the same time, we now we also have all of these free spies that we are going to use to get massive intel on Germany. Now, since we are a democracy, we cannot make collaboration governments, unfortunately, but we can still use the intel advantage when we push into Germany. The only thing we're waiting for now is these last few researches. The only thing we're waiting for now is these last few techs to get us some planes. There we go. We're going to use 3 designs. The usual F2. We don't have the usual C2 as soon as we get the air experience required. And then this basic carrier naval bomber. Actually, let's add an extra fuel tank too. Okay. And then this very basic carrier naval bomber. We're going to start producing the F2 immediately, and we want to make some changes to our production priority. Prox Art, CNB 5, okay. Inf SPG C2 20. Yeah, I need to adjust. I will need to adjust it a bit in a bit. Not now. At least now we can make the... Oh my god, now it's 9? Okay, we can make also this carrier naval bomber. Finally, we're going to produce it immediately. We're going to assign 5 factories to it. The priority is the following now. 1 second. What about... Same tank and armored recon. Armored recon should be a 5 for sure. Recon should be a 5 because we lack armored recon, don't we? We do. Yeah, armored recon should be a 5. Same tank probably not. Okay, so this is the new production priority, starting from the beginning. We added the carrier naval bomber. We bring these guys to 5. It's up to 5 as well, of course. Come on. Support equipment also at 5 actually. Then 20 to infantry equip, 20 to SPGs, 20 to C2 as soon as possible, and then everything else to the F2.
Attention!
And it's almost World War II time. There we go, and perfectly on time we also finished all of our special forces sub-doctrines here. Fantastic, this makes our Marines even more insane, but they are not trained yet, so we'll still need some time before we can use them effectively in Germany. Luckily, we have some time. So let's keep an eye on this, because as soon as Germany attacks, we want to join Poland. We don't want to miss this chance. If you wait too long and Poland joins the Allies, sometimes you lose the call to arms. So very important that we don't miss that. So we accept the call of Poland. We are now officially at war with Germany, and we can get military access to France. This is also important because we're going to immediately send our divisions down to France. So the way we want to use these divisions is the following. First of all, let's set them on a fallback line here, so they will all go there. Then when they are at sea, we will plan a naval invasion with our Marines of the northern coast of Germany. And we will get a couple of infantry divisions to help protect France. But the most important one is that we need one infantry division to cover the front with Italy. Otherwise, France can get pushed even from Italy, which is terrible. And then one more army. I would leave it for safety at the border with Belgium, even though with our strategy, usually Belgium does not go down. If you're late, if you join the war late and Germany already took down the Netherlands and Belgium, you may need a couple of armies to protect this front. Also, if France is already down, you would do the same thing, but you would join the United Kingdom, but you would ask for military access to the United Kingdom or join the Allies, and then carry on your naval invasions of Germany from the UK instead. The strategy still works well. Now we also need to set up our fleet at this point. Let's merge it first of all, then we split off all of these submarines to a new theater. Going to split the submarines into small groups of one, and we're going to set them on convoy raiding all around Germany to annoy them. From here we remove the light cruisers and the destroyers. Destroyers can be split into a few groups. These guys will be making sure they are not assigned there. Okay. So these guys will all be on patrol around here. We can engage at high risk or even always engage and repair priority low. And these people can be on strike force in the same regions. So the navy setup is pretty simple. Not much we need to do about it. We can continue.
Listen up.
Why are you guys not going? Oh, that's not very cool.
Ready.
You should be going. Let's go.
Attention.
Now we're talking.
Listen up.
Okay, after making sure that everyone is going, we can start planning our naval invasion.
All in.
So from here to this area here.
Ready, sir.
Of course, groups of 8 in our case, because we have these special forces doctrines. If you don't have them, your groups will have to be a bit smaller.
Ready to move.
In that case, you can also consider adding one more research to in that case, you can also consider adding an extra research and trying to get landing craft to make the invasion easier. With this one, you will have no issues. Yeah, now we don't have convoys because we're using them for billions of divisions, but it's going to be fine. Now, one more thing we want to do at this point is we want to prioritize building a railway from Norfolk to Washington. or the other way around. Because most of the resources going to Europe will go, and supplies will go from here. So to get the best supply from the capital, this is what we can do. We can also improve this hub. So building these railways should help. I would be happy if I can also, if I could make my C2, I would be very happy. Oh, fantastic. We can now finally also make the C2. Let's add them to the production. So we still do not have a lot of planes, but now we are going to get them very quickly. Speaking of planes, we want all of them to be assigned to our Marines. Let's also bring the Marines here in front. The only thing is, periodically you need to remember to deploy and assign your planes. And the carrier planes too, ideally, but I always forget. I'll be honest with you. These focuses, by the way, give us some nice... These focuses give us some nice production discounts on fighters and CAS, so they are fantastic. Now, here send somebody that is not important, so Joseph. And we can pick war bonds, which again is huge for the US. Poland is down, we're totally cool with that. And Lithuania actually never helped them, okay. So all is good.
Yes, sir.
So basically what we're waiting for now is for these guys to be trained. And then as soon as they are trained, we are going to trigger the invasion. No, Philippines, no. But honestly, we got the army experience we needed, probably. So we could add one more here, maybe? So, no.
Yes, sir.
We're not in a hurry, because before capitulating Germany, we need to wait until November 1940 in any case to get to become fascist. So definitely no hurry. And the longer we wait, the more planes we get, which is convenient. Oh, my planes are here. That's very nice, but I would like you to be here instead. Nah, because we don't have an airfield yet. Yeah, let's also get the air bases from France. We can now pick domestic film industry and look at us. Almost perfect war support, good stability, totally ready for Germany. We can go smoke and fire, of course.
Ready, sir.
Just need a little bit more training here. Also really need freaking auto trade. Another reason to wait a bit longer is that we are going towards War Plan Black, which gives us 10% attack and defense bonus against Germany. It's very nice to have that active, make things a bit easier.
Listen up. Ready, sir.
You can do this thing. Almost trained, almost ready.
Ready, sir.
There we go, our Marines are ready to shine, boys. Are you ready for this? Germany seems to be ready for this. Let's see if they really are. Or not. Again, the main thing we lack here is planes. We'll be getting there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we are ready to go. Alright, so we trigger our naval invasion and we set at least part of the fleet on naval invasion support to get some juicy shore bombardments. By invading Germany now, worth mentioning, they will never most likely attack the Netherlands and Belgium and Luxembourg. Which means these guys will be out of the Allies, and later on when we invade the Allies we will need to do it through Italy. It's not a big deal, I actually prefer it this way. This maximizes the war score we get, and it makes it a bit easier to manage the peace conference in which we share the score. Against the Allies we don't need to share the score with anybody, and we can easily tag the Netherlands and Belgium. So I prefer this way. But if you want to wait a bit further, or if you need to, because you don't have a no compromise, no surrender, it's totally fine too.
Listen up.
Oh, look at the timing. It's so perfect. Now, let's see them shine. Let me also show you the template one more time. Gator cut. Look at this amazing, guys. Now, the soft attack did get a big hit, a big nerf from the SPG nerfs, but this is still a fantastic template with good terrain modifiers and a plus 48% amphibious, which we're going to see in action in just a bit. And mind that Germany is actually defending. They probably have a lot of divisions there. Well, some of their divisions are dead now. Look at the divisions they have there, actually. That's a lot of divisions, and here too. Fantastic. Here we also already have chance for encirclement. But this is how good these Marines are.
Yes, sir.
And they're good, but they will still need some support. So we're going to send a couple of armies to help them protect the front.
Orders.
This is looking very, very juicy here. Nice. Come on, come on. Nice. First encirclement of the run. Not the biggest one. Still nice.
Move out.
Absolutely unstoppable. Okay, now I don't think we need the attachés anymore. It's a reasonable request.
Ready to move.
Our next goal, the next goal here is to encircle German divisions in this area. So cut them off from here and then on the border with the Netherlands and Belgium. The early stages of the war are still the hardest ones, so we shouldn't underestimate Germany. Germany is still quite strong. And they're focusing entirely on us. So we really have no advantages right now. Let's see if we can get something like this done. That would be very nice.
All in.
Can send over another army because this front will be under pressure for sure.
Yes, sir. Ready.
In terms of abilities, keep in mind that the Staff Office Plan is still great, but it's now a lot more expensive than before, so massive nerf to Staff Office Plan. Extra Supplies is still more expensive, but worth it because it's just an amazing ability. So it's probably better to wait for planning a bit longer, and then if anything use Extra Supplies before you push, like now. And this will be a difficult push, because we still don't have green air. It's not red either. That's okay. They have a lot of divisions here. Hopefully we'll be able to encircle at least some. Now here you can see how good our Marines are. Ooh, captured. Nice.
Orders. Listen up.
Using a spearhead, by the way, guys. I don't know if you realize how brave we are. Oh, that's pretty nice. Number, huh? It's greater than 0. A light country, so I cannot do it myself. Don't know how this works, but it seems.
Attention. Move out. Keep your distance.
Okay, we're starting to run out of steam.
Listen up.
In an offensive, guys, it's always important to know when you're running out of steam. And now, it's that time. What we're going to do next here, we're going to push on this side. Now here the goal is to take some of these victory points, but especially, once again, I want to have many, ideally German divisions along the front, so that then we can encircle and kill as many of them as possible. Please give me auto trade.
Yes, sir.
When you get this event, we should support them and then deploy the flying or dispatch the flying tigers. This actually gives us even more war support, which is fantastic. We can also do amend the budget and research grants again.
Orders.
And then when you get this event, you can embargo Mexico. Then later on you will get an event and go back to normal. And everybody's happy. Except maybe Mexico. But I mean, it all makes a lot of sense right now. You're under a bit of pressure up there.
Listen up. Yes, sir.
If you feel like the extra army in France is not needed, you can send it over. But it's risky because if Germany attacks the Netherlands and Belgium, they might be in trouble. So, yeah. What we could do instead... go there. Please, why don't you go there? Why don't you go there? Why don't you go there? Stay there. Stay where you are. What happened? Never mind. Let's pretend I never did any of this.
Ready.
Yeah, suddenly they have their force concentration up there, not down here. Well, I mean, this will make the push here easier, but less of a potential encirclement down here. And more of a risk up here. Don't like that at all. But my fleet is not there.
Ready, sir.
Yeah, we're going to lose that. That's okay.
Ready to move. All in.
We can take it back later. Oh, look at this. An encirclement.
All in.
A small one, because the force concentration of Germany is all up here. I did not. I'm pretty sure I didn't tell you to attack there, but okay.
Go, go, go.
What we might do, since we're here, is go for Nuremberg at all. Oh, nice, nice. That's fantastic. It's at least the following number, no number. Okay.
Ready to move. Keep moving.
Okay, time to close our very small encirclement on this side, but there are still a few divisions in there that will suffer, so that's okay. So my idea here is we push the entire front. Before we do that, we may want to make this situation a bit easier to manage.
All in.
No, yeah. I don't want you to go there.
Move out.
Yeah, we need to reinforce that front as soon as possible.
Ready. Orders.
I'm going to push right away now.
All in. Abort.
First encirclement up here, it's a nice one.
Ready.
Ooh, they got an encirclement back. No, this is not nice.
Listen up.
Okay, I will take care of that momentarily. But for now, we're not in a good shape here. These guys may die.
Keep on attacking.
Is that a harbor though? No, it's not a harbor. That's the closest harbor. So we're in big trouble. It's a counter encirclement from Germany. Good job, Germany. Give you that.
Keep moving.
Maybe we can keep the harbor, but
All in.
more importantly, we need to reinforce this side.
Ready. Ready to move. All in.
Very close to our own encirclement here, but not there yet. Now we got it. At least these divisions will die. And now we've freed the army that was protecting France, because at this point, this will definitely not be an issue anymore.
Yes, sir.
Very happy that we saved those boys up there. So now we simply have an opportunity for another encirclement there. It's actually good.
Yes, sir.
This is dangerous, Germany. Very nice. Very nice, this too.
Move out. Ready, sir. Commands.
And by cutting off the allies, we are also making sure that they will not get score. So all of the score is ours. We can stop pushing here.
Listen up. Ready to move.
And on this side, it might be worth using a Marshall line, so they're a bit more balanced. I think we got caught by their navy, which is insane. We got the casualties from their navy intercepting us. That's crazy. Okay, that's a bit sad. That's not too much of a problem. But it reminded me to use our spies.
Attention.
That's a decent amount of divisions that Germany is losing. Nice, very nice.
Attention.
Okay, now let's take care of these annoying Germans in the north. Because you did that, Germany, I'm going to take Berlin from you. That's the price you need to pay.
Ready to move.
Why are you guys not doing anything here?
Ready to move. Ready, sir. Move out. Orders. Move out.
Now they're moving the force concentration down here, I think. They're escaping my marines.
Yes, sir.
You can run, Germany. You can run. You cannot hide.
Ready.
Yeah, I'll use the Staff Office plan this time.
Orders.
Oh, War Plan Black. Right on time. I mean, a bit late if we have to be completely honest. But yeah, let's get some extra attack for this push.
Ready, sir.
Okay, I think we can go. So we're going to micro it a little bit. See if we can get the biggest possible encirclement up here.
Yes,
I'm not entirely sure if Denmark gives them military access, so just in case I'll try to cut them off from there too. And yeah, that's what you get, Germany. Shouldn't have pushed here. I told you.
Ready to move.
Told you not to do it. I absolutely don't want Germany to capitulate, so let's be careful. And we need to push a bit more south because we need to push into Italy very soon. So we don't have the most time for this.
Yes, sir.
But I mean, this looks like a massive encirclement, not something we can give up on.
Orders.
Nice, we got this one.
Ready.
And we're getting this one if they cannot go to Denmark. Let's hope that Denmark doesn't give them access. No, it doesn't. Fantastic.
Ready, sir. Move out.
Oh, then this is very painful for you, Germany. Very, very painful. Okay. Now I don't think they will be so eager to annoy me on my front.
Yes, sir. Ready to move.
Okay, so martial line to protect this, and next push, important one. We are in a bit of a hurry down here. Let's try to get this area.
Ready to move.
Every time I look at the air, it's not green, and I'm not happy, but it should be green.
Attention. Move out.
In about 1 month, Italy will join, and ideally we would like to be at this border, but Germany slowed us down a little bit up there. At the price of 1.6 million casualties, so I think it was worth it. I mean, not worth it for them. Let's see if we can get something done here, even though getting an encirclement here it's a bit tricky, because they can escape from here. But let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. As long as we get to Italy, I'm fine.
Ready.
Yeah, we may be able to outrun them, maybe. I don't know.
Yes,
It's
sir.
tricky.
All in. All in.
Yeah, honestly, it looks fairly promising here. Nice! More German divisions will die today.
Listen up. Ready. Yes, sir.
Just, I'm a little bit worried about... Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to go to Vienna now, because it might capitulate Germany. We don't want that. So let's just take this land here.
Ready, sir. Ready.
Okay, this got bugged. Use Martian lines, they said. They don't get bugged, they said.
Ready. Move out. Orders.
Oh well, let me see if we can close this this bit down here without taking Vienna, but just taking this part here.
Move out.
Should be fine. It should be safe enough.
Ready, sir. Orders.
Let's not push them, please. Okay, now we got green air. What we could do is we could assign some of these, not all of these planes, but some of these planes to the other army so they also get green air.
Commands. Ready. Yes, sir.
What the what? Why? Don't push them, it's risky. I mean, now it's fine, but it's still risky.
Yes, sir. Listen up.
God damn it, these Marines went everywhere. Ah, no, they really wanted to push them there. Okay. Okay. I mean, this is terrible now. Okay, but finally Italy joined. No, this is the important bit. I needed Italy to join. Bit of a mess this front, but pushing Italy is the absolute priority. It's not difficult. Of course it's not difficult, but the faster we do it, the better. And sadly, our Marines are everywhere except where they should be. Now, hopefully, they take that. Okay, nice. And we don't go there. And we are happy with what we got.
All in.
Don't go there. Absolutely don't go there. Just defend this.
Yes, sir.
No time to waste in Italy. Push, 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 push.
Commands.
If they send divisions here and you don't take Venice, supplies can be a big pain. France is completely useless, but we are defending and helping them resist at least, hopefully, until we get there with our Marines and get the job done. And that I can take.
Attention. Move out.
No, no, don't push, don't push. Don't push, we're happy.
Orders.
Best.
Orders.
Okay, everything going as planned here.
Attention.
Now, supplies are a bit of an issue because they come from this side. Until we get to France, we're going to struggle a little bit. And here we don't have any naval support either. But it's still fine. Actually, we can go for a regular offensive line in this area.
Attention.
But the priority is cutting them off. We can get a huge encirclement here if we play our cards right. It's going to be fun. By the way, we can afford and improve worker conditions, so we'll have better stability.
All in. Yes, sir.
Okay, split into two. Now, this is always a bit annoying. Let me show you a little trick. I don't know, maybe you know this already. But if you cancel the order here, and you want some of these guys, say these ones, to push this area, you can select only them, give them this front line. Then you select the other ones, like these, give them this front line. So you can have two separate front lines with the same general. It's not very easy to manage. It's quite poorly done, but it is possible. Boys, they have so many divisions here. Mussolini. Benito! What did you do, Benito? No. No, Benito. Not another disaster, Benito. Not another disaster. It cannot be. Yeah, these ones are pushing too much. If these ones push too much, it's a bit of a problem. Can I stop them? No. Yeah, that's another disadvantage of having the double front. But I don't want them to push because... yeah, because this encirclement has to be closed, but also because I don't want Puppet Italy to come here, to spawn in here. So if they spawn in Sicily, it's much faster. My god, this encirclement is painful to watch. Mussolini, he was doing such a great job. Look at this. Ouch. Ouch. It's going to be bad, Benito. You're doing a good job, Benito. Only 400,000 casualties. I have the feeling that after this,
Let's go.
yeah, it's going to be bad. Oh, Benito, no. Ouchie. Like, that was half of the Italian army right there. And now, I'm okay with you being deposed. You can see our airplane problem is gone.
Ready, sir.
And we now have one more army to assign to this front to cover it. Now we have plenty of spare time. We're not in a hurry at all, so even if you don't manage the war particularly well, for some reason things don't go as planned, you don't have to worry, because you have time until November to do nothing, because we need to flip fascists before ending this war anyway. Okay, here is the civil war, and great! They spawned exactly where I did not want them to spawn. It's okay though. It's still fine. We're going to transfer territory, because in this way we don't need to take the territory in the peace conference, which is convenient. And this also means we need to go to Palermo, but luckily we have Marines, so we have the perfect people for the job. Yeah, this is our puppet, of course, yes. Just in case. You never know.
Ready.
And also, I'm going to request all of the forces from this puppet.
Yes, sir.
Keep them in here. Don't want them to fight. We're doing everything here. Yes, it's fine. I don't know what to get. Eventually we'll get Iwo Jima.
Attention. Move out. Ready, sir.
When I have a lot of divisions here, it can still be tricky, but with Marines, we can push. Normally, this would be quite annoying.
Ready to move.
That's why you always want the puppet to form in Sicily, not in the north. Okay, this should be them capitulating, even though I didn't get a notification, but yes, they did capitulate. So, only Germany left. Germany is not doing good. Germany is really not doing good. And we have time until November. Couple of months. What should we do? Maybe we can push these guys here. Get some extra war score. We really don't have that much to do. The other thing we could do is you could plan a naval invasion and try to take Poland. If you take it entirely, if you occupy it entirely, you may be able to claim it in the peace conference. It's a bit tricky though, so no, probably not. We do not want to capitulate Germany. Vienna should not be enough. Because they still are at 24%, so we should be good. But you never know. Let's not risk it. Let's make just a backup save just in case. Push into some forts, you know, just to show off. And our dude got injured. Yeah, okay, Germany's still not down. We're good.
Attention! Attention! Ready to move!
Of course, the more we occupy here, this stuff is not useless. The more we occupy, the more we can claim easily in the peace conference. So that's pretty nice.
Orders!
This will make it easier to claim Hungary as well. I mean, we still have a couple of months. I think I'm going to take down Romania. Why not? I mean, we have nothing to do. Why not have some fun?
Orders!
Really not the most fun area to push because there are no supplies. But
Orders!
what's this little... okay.
All in!
Are some German divisions there?
Ready!
I would really like an extra supplies now, but nowhere near the requirements. And lack of convoys is starting to hurt us a little bit. Maybe one thing we can do here is we can try to avoid convoys going in the Mediterranean where they might be raided. Yeah, it should be better. Not like we lost that many, but we need a lot.
Ready to move! Ready! Ready, sir!
I think it's a goodbye Romania. It is.
Attention! Move out!
Cool. Very cool. I don't think I'm going to try and take Poland in the peace conference because we still have 73%. It's probably going to be a bit more, but we cannot really take everything and war reparations and resource rights. So we can just focus on the northern part here. And the main problem here is we have too many factories. It's not really that we don't have enough convoys. Let's see if maybe we can buy from somebody else using less convoys. Yeah, Brazil, yes, but not enough. Not really.
Ready, sir!
Oh, Bulgaria joins the Axis. You want to join the war too? I mean, I have a few days left. Take care of Bulgaria, but not really enough. Now, in a couple of weeks, we'll have the election. And after the election, it's time for Germany to go down quickly. Nah, not anymore. We don't need support anymore. I think we can take these though.
Advance.
Ideally, when we are ready, we just want to push very quickly.
Commands. Yes, sir.
Ports and lack of supplies can still stop us. It's the 5th of November. We're almost there. It should be one more day. And fascists have the majority. So at the next election,
Commands.
we're going to do some cool stuff. Or not. Wait, what happened? No, yes, November 1940. Yes, we're waiting for it. Should be just in a couple of days, I believe. There we go. Election fascist majority. It is a black day for the United States, but, you know, the people have spoken. So the Silver Legion of America and our amazing William Dudley Pelley become the ruling party. And guess what? No more elections. This was your last free election, people. Enjoy it. Now, this is great news. This is fantastic news. Because it means we can finally capitulate Germany
Ready to move.
quickly. So let's go on with it. Rush the victory points at this point quickly. Now we got some new decisions called Honor the Confederacy, and we can start picking them. All of them. Well, the last one not yet, but most of them. So we're now the Confederate States of America. And we also want to start a justification on the Netherlands and on the UK at the same time. They will end in about 30 days, both of them. And this will give us an option to invade the Netherlands and the UK. Then later on we'll need to do Belgium. Of course, they are not in the allies, so we need to justify on them individually. Just in case, let's make a save, but then let's make sure that Germany disappears quickly. Yeah, we lose relief of command, sadly. But it's a needed sacrifice. Guess we can give them some better medals.
All in. Attention. Orders. Ready.
Germany, yes, yes,
Keep
Germany. Very good, very good. Just go down, please. Nice. It's done. We did it. We did it. 75% of the score. Not bad. Not bad at all. So, Peace Conference Management. Now, one thing we want to annex is Rhineland. It has a border with both Belgium and the Netherlands, so we can invade the Netherlands from here without calling Germany. Then we're also going to invade France from Italy. We need to call Italy, unfortunately, but that's the easiest option. It's more annoying to plan a naval invasion of France than a naval invasion of the UK. We are still going to select Italy here, and we are going to annex their own course from them. This should be fairly cheap. And then it should be cheap for us to create puppets, because we took the discount on puppets. So as you can see, it's just a bit more expensive than annexing, but pretty good. Now, if we can, it would be awesome to puppet this stuff so that the UK has some more active fronts to defend. But then, of course, the highest priority is puppeting all of Germany. We're going to go for that. We are maybe going to give up on Czechoslovakia. Germany, we want it. We want entirely, for sure. I think we can afford all of Hungary. And possibly Romania. Or if we have 3 points, why not take this too? Yeah, we're giving up on Albania. What are they doing with Albania? Liberate. Liberate is very annoying because it means nobody takes it and it remains independent. So let's see if we can contest it. UK is going to be annoying for sure because they still have some points, less than us, but not 0. Going to make it very expensive for us, huh? Okay, I'm going to give up on Albania. And the Somali Sultanate, okay, fine, keep it. Keep it so we get some points to get some resource rights and war reparations. Not that we really need them, but... Good. We don't need the navy because we already have the best navy in the world, so we're pretty happy with this. Confirm. Like we are very happy with this because we got all of this stuff already. That's fantastic.
Yes, sir.
What we can do right now is prepare for the allies. We already have our claims coming in just a few days. But of course, we need to be careful about one little thing, and that is Canada will join the allies. Mexico too, if you intend to tag Mexico. So we need to send back some divisions. So this is a bit of a setup we need to do. Test, test. Test. So. The first thing I want to check here is how many forces we can get from Italy. It looks like it's only 18, unfortunately. Let's see if we can get some from the other guys. Yeah, not that many for now. We may get more later. It's a bit RNG related. There is a bit of RNG as to how many divisions you get from Italy. Either way, we need these divisions to cover the front with Canada. That will not be enough, so we're also going to send a couple of infantry divisions up here.
All in.
Cancel these.
Yes, sir.
And we can use one to cover this side of the front.
Yes, sir.
And one to cover this side of the front. And you can send the puppets down to Mexico if you plan to invade Mexico as well. We'll be talking about that in a little bit, but while fighting the allies, you can justify and tag many countries, so that would be the right chance to do so. And the reason why we keep 3 armies ideally here is we want one to be here at the border with the Netherlands, so we can push the Netherlands as soon as we get our war goal. And then we need 2 of them to quickly take care of Poland later on. Poland will be considered a major, so we cannot skip Poland. But it shouldn't be too much of an issue, so we can push them from Germany later on when we call Germany. In the meantime, we can train everybody. We can train these guys too. And with our Marines, we can plan enabling... No, sorry, never mind. And with our Marines, we can plan the invasion of France. The idea in France is to rush Paris as soon as possible, pushing from Italy. As for our fleet, it might be wiser to change the setup a little bit, but we don't have to worry too much. So I will set them on convoy raiding around the UK, including the English Channel. Why not? We can afford it. Which one is the other main fleet? This one? This one. And the rest on patrol in the channel and on strike force in the channel. Okay, unless they are heavily damaged, which should not really be the case against Germany, should be fine. It should be good to go. Once again, we are going to make some changes to our production. At ARR sub 15. $230. Now, as you will soon find out, you have too many factories, so at this point we assign, well, basically a lot of them to everything, but the main focus for production is SPGs, and that's because we are going to swap one infantry battalion in this template with one medium SPG. So we're going to give some armor and some offensive potential to our infantry as well. This will make it easier to push into Poland, and later on, if you want to go for the Soviet Union, this will be a solid template. You can add some more support companies, but it's not necessarily a priority though. If we are there, no, maybe we shouldn't do it. Yeah. So this will be quite useful, and you do need a lot of SPGs for that because we have a lot of infantry divisions. Yeah, we need to fix trade significantly.
Ready, sir.
And then, yes, we will get our claims, but we also need our divisions to be in position before we start the war. Oh, and yes, let's not forget, we have all of these spies available, and having some intel advantage on the UK will be helpful to invade them. This is a very easy invasion, I'm telling you right away, because the US is extremely powerful, but, you know, why not? Why not? I'll give you one reason not to do that. If you plan to invade the Soviet Union, it might be wiser to use at least 3 spies to get intel, and then collaboration governments on cooldown on the Soviet Union. Now we're fascist, so we can do that. Speaking of which, we can now also pick the elusive gentleman in here.
Ready.
Kindly go through France that we're about to invade. That's fun. Now, invading the allies is easy, but we will struggle for supplies because I decided to concentrate the entire fleet here, so they will not be protecting convoys coming from the United States. So if you can save some command power and keep it for extra supplies later, it might be helpful. Who's this? Oh, that's Italy. Yes, why not? Claim on the UK. We also need to wait for the one on the Netherlands, but more importantly, let's make sure that everybody is where they should be and they are not. So that's the main problem.
Listen up.
Yeah, okay, they don't need to be perfectly in position because Canada is also not ready to push us, so I think we can start.
Ready to move.
In other words, war on the Netherlands, war on the UK.
Listen up.
Push the Netherlands right away. And we're going to justify on Belgium as soon as they join. So we get the shorter kind of claim. It's still a bit longer. What was it? Yeah. With the next focus, you can make claims shorter, but it still takes longer than getting the claim now. So we're just going to get it now. Yeah, we can forget about trade for a while. So we're going to call Italy into this, so we can push from here. Do they still have divisions? It was just one. Oh, those are my divisions, though. Oh, they were trying to go back from there. That's going to be a bit of a problem.
Move out.
So France is not much of a challenger. Try to rush Paris. That's it. Okay, Netherlands down.
Listen up.
Now this army can be ready for Belgium. And Luxembourg, we can probably do them at the same time. We should have done it at the same time. Yeah, it's going to be only 5 days difference. Now that we have this airport, we can assign some planes there and set them on naval strike in the channel. Now we should win the naval battle against the UK, but since we actually don't have supplies, it can be annoying. So some extra support will help.
ready.
As it would help to get the UK, as it would help to get France completely out of the way quickly.
Ready, sir.
Paris is down. Is that enough? That is indeed enough. And this is the advantage of not capping France. And this is it. And this is the advantage of saving France from Germany. They capitulate a lot faster. That's very convenient.
Ready.
Sure why Italy got all of it, but that's another story. Naval invasion time.
Yes, sir.
Usual thing in here.
Ready, sir. Attention.
Here.
Orders. Commands. Listen up.
Oh my god, I forgot about this one.
Orders. Orders.
It's fine.
Commands. Ready.
Let's see if our fleet suffered heavy casualties here. Probably some, yes. Look at this huge battle. Well, we did lose a lot of destroyers, I'm not going to lie. Not the best battle, because of the lack of supplies. Of course, it doesn't matter much, because after this, we are going to steal the Royal Navy, so...
Attention. Move out. Ready, sir.
Yeah, let's take a look at Canada, but everything is absolutely smooth here. No problems. Now we can actually send all planes to the English Channel. Okay, we're almost ready. I don't believe we have dominance because our fleet was repairing, and now it's time to fight, boys. So it's time to go out. No more repairs for you. At these massive battles. UK is not giving up at all in the channel this time. But they already lost dominance in 2 seconds. Big losses for them. I know, bullying the UK with the US Navy is not a big challenge, I will admit that, okay? But why not? We got it. Why shouldn't we? So we can trigger the naval invasion, let's go, and we can change these guys to be on naval invasion support, these ones too. And because we have insanely OP Marines, these will not be much of a challenge at all. The UK doesn't have that many divisions, and I know you guys always say like, oh, in my run the UK has a lot of divisions. Why is that? Well, that might be because of the timing, and also, look very conveniently here, we got this stuff. It may not seem like much, but by having this land here as our puppet, the UK is wasting a lot of divisions. Look at that. Look at the amount of divisions they have here, doing nothing. Some of them are French, but you get the point. You get the point. So it says we only need to cap the UK, but actually Poland is also required to end the allies. And we almost got our claim on Belgium and Luxembourg, so we can get them too. Let's start pushing here. And by the way, the UK does have divisions, you can see them there. They just spawned them, spawned another 14 here. Not like they don't have divisions, but we're crushing them. It's different. But we also need planes. We have a lot of planes, but I forget to assign them, always. Now, I will not lie to you. I would like a big encirclement on the UK. I would really, really like that. So, can do it. I'll be happier.
Orders. Ready.
Ooh, no, they are escaping. No, so very sad. Not done yet. I haven't given up on my encirclement yet.
Yes, sir.
It's looking a bit less likely to happen though. Let's see, let's see. There is still hope, but they run so fast. No, we're not going to get them too fast.
Ready, sir. Listen up.
They are very good at retreating. And yeah, the UK will go down a bit too fast. Okay, it's time to call Germany and invade Poland. Wow, they really ran away extremely fast, those guys. Sad. Yeah, UK, please, not yet. Yeah, we got the claim on Belgium. Let's go for Belgium.
Ready to move.
So going to give some planes to the army in Poland.
Commands. Yes, sir.
Belgium is gone.
Ready, sir.
Now the very challenging push of Luxembourg with the entire army.
Commands. Commands.
I think we're timing it pretty much perfectly. One day. Luxembourg in. Yeah, okay, so at this point, instead of capping the UK right now, so you would stop this offensive. Is it too late? No, it's not too late. So you would stop this offensive and you could tag a lot of countries in the world. Everything that is non-aligned or democratic will join the UK, with the exception of Finland, which becomes a major, is annoying, and Sweden also a major and annoying, but everything else you should be able to tag now. That's, especially if you're going for a world conquest, that's not what we are doing in this run. I'm not particularly interested. It's not challenging, it's mostly tedious. But the US can do a pretty decent world conquest, so if you're into that, go on and tag people. If not, just take down the UK and Poland.
Ready.
There we go. Actually, Luxembourg was not part of the peace conference, and Poland is also not part of the peace conference. So they didn't fully join the allies. Well, we'll take them in just a second. No problem. We are the only people in here, and from now on we can just puppet plus everything, but you can balkanize if you have the mental strength and will to do it through this extremely annoying peace conference system. I'll skip the peace conference for you. Unless you're watching the unedited version. In that case, we're not skipping anything. I get to watch all of this. Get to suffer with me. Oh, fun. How fun. I mean, I guess this is Paradox's way of telling us that this is too OP and we shouldn't do this. They just make it extremely tedious to do. Cool. Let's replenish our navy now. Very cool, and now nice that Poland decided not to join. I actually appreciate that. So they will be in a different peace conference, which is convenient. Germany at war again. Yes. Oh, there we go. Poland. Now, Poland, I would recommend not puppeting it unless you want to fight the Soviet Union. If you puppet them, the Soviet Union will eventually attack, or at least usually they attack. Fucking Germany wants a piece of Poland. Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense. Germany, I guess it makes sense. I'll give you it. I'll give you that. You deserve it. Yeah, no, you can take it. Take it, though. Are you taking it? Then I will take it. I don't trust you. Give me Cutbridge. Don't have points for it. Oh, we can finish the Honor the Confederacy decisions. That's pretty cool. The Silver Legion of America becomes the ruling party. Well, it's already the ruling party. Nothing changes. Very cool. What happened to Luxembourg, by the way?
Listen up.
They are dead, but I haven't realized yet, I think. What did they? Luxembourg? What are you doing? Oh, they joined Mexico. But Mexico is not in the war. Okay. Thank you. Scared me a little bit, I'll be honest. Luxembourg. But no. No problem. Oh, yeah, I was supposed to puppet them, but no. So we're very happy because it's only April 1941 and we are already absolutely insane. But there is still a little bit of an issue, just one little annoying thing. And that is our arch enemy, Japan, will eventually attack the Philippines, and we're not really happy with that. That's not cool. So we need to take care of Japan. That's extremely easy and extremely fast. So let me just skip ahead a little bit here to save some time. So here we go. Naturally, getting dominance with the huge fleet we got is no problem. Moreover, you can get pre-war dominance, which is even cooler. We positioned our marines in here. They're almost all in position. We can trigger the naval invasion. And in this case, I justified a war goal on Japan. You can do that at this point. We are fascist, so it only takes like 30 days, I believe. Very easy. But what you can also do is just wait. They are justifying a war goal on us, so if you don't attack them, they will attack you just a little bit later. It might be even better because a defensive war is better than an offensive war. But do we care? No, not really. So let's go. Look, there is even a naval battle there. That's interesting. Our marines would not have any issues anyways. So. Yeah, Pearl Harbor is a bit annoying, but they're losing everything. So. Yeah, we won that giant naval battle. Look at that. That's actually an insane win for us. Cool, cool. It's a good way to end the run. Need to usually go all the way to Sendai because this is an offensive war, sadly. And Akita. Let's see. Oh, look, it's the HQ. The HQ is actually very fast. Oh no, Japan is good. Okay. A bit anticlimactic, but yeah. 64% of the score in Japan. That's very, very convenient. Very convenient. Confirm, and now we can be very, very happy. And so here we go. August 1941, the Confederate States of America. We won the election fair and square. 4 more years we made America great again. We got fantastic stability, fantastic war support, good manpower, industry. What are we talking about? The best economy you've ever seen. Let me make myself a bit smaller here, a bit like Trump celebrating Spain winning the World Cup. Okay, no more jokes. But if we go to the supply map mode, you can get an idea of what we are controlling of the world. This is what we took. The Soviet Union is the last challenge remaining, but it's not really a challenge. I mean, with this insane division, post-nerf division, they wouldn't stand a chance. And so guys, this is my Broken USA guide for you. The new, better version of my Fascist USA guide. Let me know what you thought about this run in the comments, or if you need any assistance. I always read and reply to every single comment. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this guide. A lot of work goes into these things. So liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment would be greatly appreciated. That's it. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys very soon in the next video. Bye bye!